Hafa homies, and welcome back. Tuesdays with Corey. I'm feeling a bit under the weather. A cold or flu or something's going on around. But I am trying to get my Steve from Stranger Things look going on. Almost? Getting there, not really. Usually starts, I don't know if it's like how you are, but when I get sick, it always starts at the throat. It either feels a little scratchy or itchy, or I have to fidget with it, or a heavily sore throat. And then it transitions into, it moves from the throat towards the nasal area where, you know, things get stuffy and sneezy and whatever. I usually feel like shit. I feel super tired when I'm sick. Like I feel like not doing anything. But you know, you gotta work and shit, so yeah, I take a lot of medicine. I usually buy like that Dayquil day and night pills and a lot of Halls. I pop a lot of Halls in my mouth, and that's basically the one thing I usually do when I try to combat it. Is like when I go to sleep, I pop in the nighttime Dayquil or Alka-Seltzer, whatever, and then I just pop a Halls in my mouth and just let it slowly dissolve as I try to sleep. And I usually like put it like against in between my cheek and my teeth when my mouth is closed, so it slowly sort of dissolves, and so I can sleep better, because it's hard for me to sleep sometimes, and then it's doubly hard when, you know, there's an irritation or something. I am a horrible sleeper. I don't deep sleep. The slightest like earth shake or like a noise will wake me up, and irritations will wake me up. So any little pain or something, if I need a piss or I need to take a dump or throat action, like it'll wake me up, and that kind of sucks. But so anyways, with that said, I do have some depressing news. It's depressing to me. It may not, you know, what do you care, right? You don't. I bet you don't really care. But anyways, this involves my trip to, or my relocation to San Diego. As with the past previous videos, I've been saying I'm inching ever so closely to moving, right? So let's just do a little time travel or story time or whatever. Transition into way back in the day, right? So when I was younger and hip and VIP, back in the day, me and two other friends, we decided to plan a boys trip, or a boys vacation, or a men's trip, or whatever you want to call it. We were three good buddies, and we decided to take a trip to San Diego to meet up with a fourth buddy. We were all high school classmates and friends and stuff, and you know, we decided to just meet up because our one friend moved there previously, and we were just like, hey, let's just meet up and have a good time and whatnot. So we got there, we got to San Diego, and it was nice. Everything was like fresh, clean, and like, wow, you know, we did stuff like we go out bowling, restaurants, went to Six Flags, we went to Mexico, and that's a story for another time because it was pretty scary when we went there, and you know, had a good time. When I came back, that's when I decided that I wanted to move to San Diego. But at that time, I was still going to college, so I made a decision that within 4 years, when I was supposedly supposed to graduate, after college, I will move out there and hang out with those guys, because we had a good time. I met a lot of people, okay? There was these groups, small groups of Guam people who relocated there, who hung out a lot. There was this group of guys that hung out there, and there was this group of girls that hung out there, and we all just hung out and had a good old jolly time. That was my goal. My goal after graduating within 4 years, because that's what I thought I was gonna do, was gonna go out there and meet up with those guys and hang out, whatever. So flash forward, it takes me actually 6 years to graduate, because I sort of took a steady path. Some people, you know, when they go to college, they overload. They overload on classes, try to take as much classes as they possibly can, you know, max out what they can take in order to graduate faster. Me, I sort of just took the bare minimum. I think 12 credits a semester or something like that. I forget, but I took like 4 classes a semester, so it took me a bit longer to graduate. I would have graduated a whole semester earlier if my professor, who was you know, the leading professor from my major, didn't kind of mess me up. Okay, he told me if I just took this one class because I failed another, or I got a D in the other class, if I took this other class, it'll make up for the grade and I would pass, and I would graduate with a pretty decent grade, right? He told me that. That's what he told me. But then when, you know, that semester I thought I was gonna graduate comes, it's like some problem happened where I couldn't do anything. So I basically, that one semester, I didn't have any class or anything because it was already too late for me to do anything. And the thing that my professor said I could take to cover didn't work out. So I had to wait a whole semester in order to graduate for everything to work out and stuff. So that kind of pushed me back a little bit. That sucked. I would have graduated within 5.5 years, but it ended up being 6. Anyways, so that's not the point of the story. The point of the story is now I'm ready to go to California, move to San Diego. That was the goal. Unfortunately, however, the bond that me and my friends had, it was no longer there. And for the most part, it was probably my fault. The strains sort of just like, I unraveled it. I have a fucking problem when it comes to friendships, okay? I expect something, and then when, you know, something doesn't go my way, or I feel betrayed or some shit like that, you're cut off, right? I'm done with you. It's pride or something. Over the years, I've learned that that's really not a fucking good thing to do when it comes to, you know, over the years, you tend to lose friends a lot quicker than you think, and it's harder to make them sometimes after you graduate college, right? Because at least within college, you can make friends with your classmates and whatever. Once you're done, you're either stuck with whatever you have left, or whatever, you know, whatever job you're working in. The friend pool tends to dry up fairly quickly. I'm gonna be honest with you kids. Don't lose your friends, all right? Try to hold on to as many friends as you possibly can, because as time goes on, they gotta do their own thing, right? They got kids, they're getting married, they're moving, going to other jobs, making other friends. Shit happens, okay? So that being said, I took things wrong to heart, and I fucking lost really 2 good friends, okay? One was over a girl, because I felt at the time, right, me having girl relationships wasn't very easy for me, okay? I was hanging around a bunch of dudes who were always getting girls. I was basically the, I guess you would say, duff of the 4 of us, right? These 3 guys all had game. One way or another, all had game. And when I was there, all the attention was with them, onto them instead of me. So there was a little hint of jealousy, but I enjoyed their company. They brought me in. They treated me as an equal. Girls can be girls. They gonna, you know, put on their glasses and just look at who's the cutest one out of the group, right? It wasn't me. I was the funny guy. I was the slapstick jokester type guy. You got, you know, Mr. Popular Athletic. You got this surfer dude who's like, hey, he's pretty cool. You got this sort of edgy, sort of, you know, hip-hop type dude. And then you got me, the funny guy, the cuddly teddy bear. First one was over a girl. Homeboy was trying to help me out, trying to push me towards this girl. He said he had no feelings for her and whatnot. So I was like, hey, man, I got my friend backing me up. He's gonna help me get this girl because she was really cute and stuff. All right. However, when we got to California, and she happens to, you know, she was here on island, and then I forgot how, but she also comes with us to San Diego. We meet up at the same time. We're all in San Diego. We party, you know, we go to, you know, Mexico and shit. For some reason, they start liking each other. They start hanging out. They start dancing and doing stuff and whatnot. And you can see it. You can see the sparks, you know, developing between them two. And I'm just like over here on the side like, this motherfucker. He was trying to push me to this girl, built my hopes up, and then just be like, hoes before bros. I'm not saying she's a hoe, okay? If you know who you are, you're not a hoe. I'm not calling you a hoe. You liked him first. I know that. She actually liked him before he started pushing. He knew that she liked her, but he wasn't interested at the time. So that's why he pushed me towards her. But then, you know, we're in San Diego. You know, what the fuck? She's still coming on me, right? Guys will be guys, right? I didn't understand that at the time. At the time, I thought he was still my boy. He would say no. He was like, no, it's okay. I'm not interested. However, stuff may or may not have happened. I don't know the whole truth, right? Because I wasn't, you know, watching 24 hours a day, seeing how they would react. But I could obviously tell that the infatuation or the like was starting to become mutual. So I felt betrayed. I felt demolished, right? And so I took it to heart. I never let it go. And then I stopped talking. I didn't want to deal with him. Shunned him out. My mistake. Shouldn't have done that. Horrible. Anyways, the other guy who I felt like was my bestest of friend. We've always hang out. We were both like the jokesters and the misfits. I felt like we both had a much tighter bond because we liked, you know, hip hop and girls and sports and video games. So I would always go to his house, play. We would always hang out. He'd come to my house, this and that. So I felt like we were the tightest. We were taking this class together, and mind you, I was going to school and working at the same time. So it's fucking up my sleep schedule. I'm not feeling all that great. I'm just skating along, right? So So we meet up for this part. We meet up somewhere to discuss or work on some sort of project or whatever. And I wasn't really paying attention because, you know, I think I just got off of work or something, so I'm pretty tired. And like he just gives me this speech, like this disappointment father speech, like, yo, you know, you need to focus on this project, blah 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 blah. So I took that the wrong way. I'm like, bitch, I'm working, right, and going to school, and you're supposed to be my best friend, and you're giving me attitude over some sort of project? The fuck? And I do have that problem where don't talk to me like you have this better attitude. Like, don't talk to me in a condescending tone. I wasn't having it right at that time. And again, I stopped talking, sort of cut off, shunned that, whatever. And I still have that problem sometimes now and then. Like I said it before, you know, I do fuck up friendships sometimes over stupid shit. And when I look back at it, I'm like, fuck, why did I do that? But then it's sort of like a point of no return. It's like, I can't say anything to you because it feels so fucking awkward. And I really want to apologize, and I really want to say I'm sorry, and I really want to be friends again. But when I come up to you, it's like, I can't say anything. I'm so ashamed. So it either comes off as me being like a douchebag for not saying anything or acknowledging. I just can't. It's hard for me to say stuff to people. I just like, I shut up and I look away. Like I can't even look at you in the eye because I feel so damn embarrassed. So enough of the sob story. This is going on way too fucking long, right? Like I said, that was the goal. After I graduate, go to SD. But now, since I wasn't friends with anybody, right? The one in SD, pretty much, that's even the easiest one to lose contact with because, you know, back in the day, social media wasn't as popular, WhatsApp and stuff wasn't as good, and so the distance between me and my other friend, that pretty much stopped, you know, and there was nothing happened between us for that one, but, you know, distance just, you know, fucked shit up. Anyways, that was a goal. Graduate college, moved to SD. Now that I graduated college, I no longer had a real reason to go. No friends to go with, wasn't cool with the friend there anymore. He was doing his own thing. I think he was getting married or something. Now the goal was pushed back, and now I was just like, I still want to go, but I just don't have anybody to go with. That was the main problem. That's what took so much time, is finding somebody to go with, or at least somebody to stay with that would help me adjust to the Cali life. So flash forward to now. It's been almost more than 10 years since I said I wanted to go to SD, and now I am finally going to SD. And you know what the real reason was why I finally put my foot down and went? It's because a friend of mine, a former coworker of mine, who was teaching abroad, the world, you know, teaching to American Samoa and Colombia or whatever. He tells me that he moved to SD and he's rooming me up with another former coworker. So that's cool. Then he tells me there's a room available. I'm like, yes, this is the perfect opportunity for me to go to SD. I'm going to SD like I said I would, and I'm going to be staying in a place with other people that I know. It's a friend and another friend. Yes, perfect opportunity. Go there, hang out, make friends, right? And he was the main reason why I said yes. Finally, I was just waiting for a perfect opportunity. I was supposed to go with another friend who I've met through other people. We're not as super tight, but it's somebody that I know, and we can sort of develop professionally over YouTube and stuff, because he also is a YouTuber. But he is not like set in stone as to when and where to go. He's thinking San Francisco, which is really expensive, or Seattle, which is kind of expensive, but the weather, or maybe Australia, but that's Australia. So SD is sort of like on the bottom tier of his list of places to go, and he has a business that he's trying to run, but he doesn't know when he's gonna go. It's not set in stone when he's actually gonna go. So this was the perfect opportunity. Friend says, hey, there's a room open, come down, let's chill, we can go watch Laker games together, we can explore California together, we can just have a good old fucking time, right? But unfortunately, just a few days ago, he messages me, hey bro, sorry, but I can't stay here anymore, I gotta come back to Guam. And I'm like, no, please, no, you were the reason why I'm coming there. You were the reason why I paid for the ticket and I'm going there. I wanted to go to SD, but you were basically the last nail in the coffin to seal the deal for me to head out there, because we're both gonna experience California together. We're both gonna be new at this. We're both gonna help each other out. That was the plan. But now he can't afford it. He doesn't have a car, and the jobs that he has, it's a long ass commute, and he's just tired of the commute. And I'm just like, oh man, no, why? You know what I'm saying? And he's gonna be back here before I move out there. So I'm gonna see him. I'm gonna see him and I'm gonna strangle him for giving my hopes up. I'm still going, okay? I'm still going to SD. The room is still there, and at least the other roommate that I'm there with, I know and is trying to help me out, like getting a car and stuff like that. So I thank her for allowing me to come in, and she's now looking for another roommate to fill up that bedroom that's available. So if you're interested and you want to move to SD, you know, holler at your boy. There may be a room available that I can ask if it's available for you. If you want a roommate with me, I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, that's depressing, but the show must go on. And sorry for this long ass story time. And that's why I want to go to San Diego. Yeah, boy, oh boy, I gotta make some new friends. Man, I really hope I don't fuck up friendships over there. Shit. I'm worried.